Hey, campers! Hey, you guys, and welcome back to Camp Insomnia. What are you laughing at me? Why are you laughing at me?
I didn't realize that Buttercup was behind you, so when you finally moved out of your camera, all I see is this head.
This little head. Her little head. Hi, Buttercup. And she's like, what the fuck is going on? You're clapping and you're saying, hey, campers. Who are you talking to? I'm talking to you guys. Welcome to Camp Insomnia. We are a paranormal and true crime podcast, and I am your camp counselor, your head one. Your head? What? Yes, that. Yeah. I don't know. It's the morning time, y'all. And I'm Zach. And you are?
I am a chaotic mess this morning, too. Shit. I am Dolores, your other head camp counselor. Hello. This might be a legit episode of Camp Insomnia because we both didn't really get any sleep last night. We're recording early in the morning.
Yeah, very early in the morning. Doing fantastic. I went to bed at like 4 a.m. and I had to get up at like 9:30 just to like wake myself up. And then Dolores, had to wake up as well. So we're just a bundle of giggles.
Yeah.
Right now. Yeah, so, campers, if you are new to this podcast, welcome. You are officially a camper at Camp Insomnia. Congratulations.
Yay.
Some may say that it's not good, but we think that this is great. That you are a camper.
Great. We needed more campers. And why not?
Yeah, we need more campers to scare the living shit out of. So thank you, campers, for sticking with us. And for any new ones, thank you for joining. Today we have a really cool, awesome episode for you guys. Mm-hmm. And Dolores is going to be the curator of this episode today.
Let me just fix my tie, sir.
Yeah. So what are we talking about? I'm pretty sure they'll read it in the title, but
yeah.
Explain.
We're talking about sleep paralysis. We're going to talk about some sleep paralysis. We're going to make this semi-multi-part episodes just so we can get into a little more about, more theories. Not so much, I don't like scientific mumbo-jumbo. That's not what we're here for. But, I'm going to educate y'all a little bit. But, we're paranormal and true crime. Of course we're going to talk about the paranormal side of it.
Hello. And then another thing too is that we requested some of you guys to send in your sleep paralysis stories, and we're going to be reading some of those today, and then in a following episode after this we're going to be reading the majority of them. So that's going to be really, really cool, and I'm really excited to listen and read everybody's stories and have you guys hear everybody else's stories and what everybody else has experienced. Yeah. This is our first listener kind of episodes, and we are really pumped. We've been asking for it, and finally we got some. I only had to take 31 episodes to get there. But hey, and some shade thrown. Ohio, our biggest audience, where you at with those stories?
Legit. It's still waiting. It's okay. It's fine. We see you. It's fine.
It's fine. We see you. We see each other. Yeah.
I see you. We good. Okay. We good. I see. We see each other. We good.
All right. So let's crack into this.
All right.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Let's crack into this. But before we crack into this, let's crack open some bundle of sticks and let's light a fire, and let's light it on fire. Let's gather around the campfire, campers.
God, that was a minute.
It took me a while to finally get there, but I got there.
That's fine.
That's what counts.
The kindling is the most important part anyways, so.
Facts.
So yes, and you know what? Let's go ahead, sit down, cuddle up, grab a blankie, and let's see. Tip for camp. Make sure you always get about 6 to 8 hours of sleep a night. even though
There we go.
you're at camp and you're not going to anyways.
Yeah, because hence camp insomnia.
Yeah, exactly.
Good luck.
Exactly. All right, so let's get into it. Sleep paralysis. What the hell is it? What is it? What is this crazy mess?
It's when you fall asleep and then suddenly you wake up and you can't move, and then sometimes you see spooky shit and sometimes you don't, and then you fall back asleep.
Pretty much. So
yeah,
the quote unquote curator me the scientific reason. So sleep paralysis is a condition identified by a brief loss of muscle control known as atonia. Atonia is pretty much what happens after falling asleep or waking up. It's like a brief period of muscle loss. So it's like that weird, sometimes it happens between those weird in-between stages of sleep. Either right when you're falling asleep or right when you're trying to wake up. But because atonia sets in, it allows you to pretty much not be able to move.
That is terrifying.
Yeah, it's like your brain is literally sabotaging you and saying, nope, we're stuck.
Yeah, we're stuck. We're not going to move. I know this feels really scary, and it exactly is that. Mm-hmm. So, sorry about it.
Yeah.
Science.
Science. Oh, Bill Nye. Hold on. Wait a minute. Copyright. I'm sorry. Yeah, so that's a general basis of why it happens. It's actually really common in teenagers, but obviously it still spans throughout your adolescence to up into adulthood. But for some reason, I'm assuming, this is just my general guess as to why. Maybe teenagers, because your brain is still literally developing at those early ages. So it's unsettling. You're going through a lot in your life because, there's a lot of causes for it as well. Which would be some major ones would be stress is a very big one. Changing your sleeping schedule. This I thought was funny. Stimulant medications, like medications for ADHD. Who takes those?
Dolores.
Who takes those?
Well, thankfully you haven't experienced anything crazy with them yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet. Let's knock on wood that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But it makes sense with young kids because I know they're one. What is that noise?
Hello, airplane.
Well, because I know one, it's their brain is developing. They're in school. I know school can be very stressful, and then sometimes the sleep pattern can vary depending on schoolwork and getting stuff done. So it makes sense that adolescent teens or adolescents, kids basically would experience it a lot more than an adult would.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But there's plenty of cases where it does base around adults, and you've grown up. We're living those adult lives now. There's no way we cannot be under stress at this point of our lives. Yeah. So it makes a lot of sense as to at least a major factor being stress.
Yeah, literally.
A couple more too, where lack of sleep was a very big one as well.
Us. Yeah, today.
Yeah.
4 hours of sleep.
Legit. Lack of sleep, and actually that was about it. Yeah, those were the major causes of sleep paralysis. But what does it also feel like? Because a lot of people kind of experience very different ways of sleep paralysis. But pretty much people said that it feels could feel like a lot of pressure, suffocation. When you get into the different types of it, of hallucinations, when you break it down with sleep paralysis, it could be obviously the most common are seeing demonic creatures, paranormal experiences. Some people see very unrealistic characters, Bigfoot, all witches, all these random things. But it breaks down to what the stages of it.
Okay.
So there's a couple different stages of hallucinations with sleep paralysis, and it falls into 3 stages. You have intruder hallucinations, which involve the perception of a dangerous person or presence in the room. So I guess that goes more towards your demons and all that. Also seeing people maybe coming into your window or coming into your room at night, those dark figures kind of thing.
Yeah.
Then you have chest pressure hallucinations, which are also called incubus hallucinations, that can incite a feeling of suffocation, and these frequently occur along with the intruder hallucinations. So you can have one or the other, or unfortunately you can have both.
Both, yeah.
So like when your sleep paralysis demon decides it wants to crawl on your chest and give you a hard time to breathe. Stuff like that.
Yeah. That's when that happens. Mm-hmm. Which, Jesus Christ, that is so terrifying.
Yeah, and I mean, shit, luckily I haven't had something like that yet. I'll explain more later when we talk about it, but I can't even imagine seeing something like that, and I think I would literally shit my pants in my sleep.
Yeah. No, yeah, I would too. If, it's just going to stay there, and all of a sudden it just starts crawling in the bed. I'd be like, okay, I'm going to die now.
We are leaving.
We are leaving. I'm going to try to go back to sleep.
Yeah. And then the last category of hallucinations is vestibular motor hallucinations, which can include a feeling of movement, such as like flying or out-of-body sensations. So I know a lot of people have talked about when they have sleep paralysis. Sometimes they either have it as, this negative connotation of, like I said, demons, paranormal experiences, blah, blah. But some people feel like they're almost like astral projecting out of their own bodies. And they can see themselves and like almost, I've heard people tell me stories of people like flying around their city and then seeing themselves come back into their room, into their body. Which is almost crazy because, I mean, at that point, maybe it's not necessarily always going to be a negative experience. It's kind of interesting, kind of intriguing, because it's like, wow, are we actually capable of seeing things outside of this dreamlike state?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
I mean...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. I'm just saying, I mean, that'd be freaking badass if we could.
Yeah, exactly.
If we could, or like if we knew how to like hone it, like really hone it down and like do it more.
Yeah. Like have more control of it,
Yeah.
Have you seen the movie Flatliners, the newer one?
Flatliners? No, I haven't seen it.
It's a remake. It had Elliot Page. It had a girl from Degrassi. Anyways, it's a remake from a movie back in like the 70s or something like that. What they do in the movie is they kind of play with death a little bit. They're med students. What they do is they're trying to research how the brain works when you're going into that afterlife stage, and if there is any brain activity there. So what they do is they all kind of play with themselves and putting themselves into like a heart attack stage, where their body will start to go into that, but they bring them back after. They can't go past like a certain amount of minutes, otherwise they'll legit die.
Yeah.
They're gone.
Yeah.
So when they do that, it's interesting because in the movie... Oh, shit, sorry. My mic.
No, you're good.
When they do that, it's almost like they are kind of, in the sense, showing us like a sleep paralysis stage, but with death, because they show themselves shocking themselves, right? And then the brain activity starts coming up on their monitors, and then they show... like the character themselves, like literally astral projecting through their cities, through the town, seeing all these like the city in almost a more beautiful light, or stuff that came up in their past and stuff like that. So it's almost similar to that last stage of hallucinations, seeing stuff like that. So I just thought that was really interesting. I kind of just put that together, but yeah.
Now I kind of want to watch the movie.
It's a really good movie. It's a really good movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it. Yeah. But no, yeah, it makes sense with the hallucinations. I mean, could people be actually astral projecting? Jesus Christ. Or are they just having a, like, induced hallucination because you're waking up in a weird fused state of sleep?
Yeah, it's they're all just kind of theories, Who knows?
Yeah,
Who knows
no,
what
yeah,
could
that's
really
true,
be?
yeah. Yeah.
But we could get into that, next time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what about you? What have you... I know you've had a couple times, but what were your experiences with sleep paralysis?
I've had sleep paralysis, I want to say, like, that I can remember of, like, twice. Once when I was really young, meaning, like, 10, that I can remember. I woke up, couldn't move, just like this, this typical sleep paralysis. I couldn't move. I was laying there, but I was laying. Usually they say that sleep paralysis can be induced if you lay on your back.
Yeah, that
right?
was a
They
big
say
one
if you
too.
fall asleep on your back, is that it's easier to have sleep paralysis. Well, I wasn't, so I broke that rule. I was laying on my stomach with my head turned to my left on the pillow, and I woke up. I couldn't move. I just felt like really, really scared. Don't know why. I just woke up terrified, and there was something in the room, and I couldn't move, of course. And then, just like we mentioned before, it started to like walk up towards me and like get up in my face, whatever this thing was. And for you campers, like, I am religious, I am a Christian. I know Christians get a bad rap, but I'm not the crazy type. Just so everybody knows, I'm not like the homosexuals are going to hell.
No,
like none of that. That is
completely
not me
far from it.
whatsoever.
Yeah.
I love everybody and everything. I don't give a shit. Anyways, love Jesus. And I just started praying. I just started praying personally because I knew that that would make me feel safer. And the minute I started doing that, the thing like went away. And then I kind of like woke up out of that comatose state, and then like just as terrified went back to sleep.
So what did it look like when it was crawling up on you? And
I don't know. It was just like I don't know, the face was, I don't know, like it was weird because it was blurry, almost like it was like shaking very fast.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see my hand, but like very, very fast, like vibrating like really fast, and so it was really blurry. But I know that the face was really scary, like a mix between like a goat demon, an orc, and like a pig. Like it was really freaky looking, and it was just shaking, and everything else was kind of like a black mist.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. Ooh,
Yeah.
I don't like
but
that.
But then when I started praying, the thing would then just like, it didn't make any noises, it didn't grunt, scream, or do anything. It just kind of like backed off and then like faded into the darkness of my bedroom. And then I woke up, kind of sat up for a bit, and then went back to sleep scared. Yeah, and then my second time was in the house in Oklahoma where we just moved in, and I was having a nightmare. I remember because I remember being like chased by something.
Okay.
And then as I was being chased, it was like the loudest, like terrifying scream, like a demonic like growl, scream, whatever it was. And I remember it scared the living shit out of me that I woke up out of my nightmare in a sleep paralysis state, and I was laying on my back this time, and all I could stare at was the ceiling, and I could still hear the scream as I was awake. Like it went from my dream, it came out of my dream, and I could still hear it screaming. And then it sounded like footsteps were coming up my stairs, like really, 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 really fast.
Oh.
And I saw like a dark figure by my doorway, and then I passed out because I was so scared. And I talked about it in that little documentary I did with my siblings about ghost experiences I've had.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was one of them. It was terrifying. I don't know. It could have been sleep paralysis. It could have been my brain just messing with me, but it felt real.
Yeah.
And that's what everybody who have sleep paralysis say, is that when they experience these things, it's real. Like it's tangible. This is actually happening.
Yeah.
Is it actually your brain just fucking with you, or is there actually something there?
Yeah.
I'm not sure we'll ever really know. There could be scientists that say there's no such thing as ghosts. It's just your brain fucking with you. But I say you're wrong.
Right. Yeah. I think.
Yeah, but I won't discredit or I won't say like it's not possible. But I truly believe that I'm seeing something.
That's where I want to start dabbling into it more. Is where
Yeah.
Because yes, it is scientifically proven that most of it are hallucinations and whatnot. But there has to be more, because everyone has such like scary, abnormal experiences with it, and I see you. Oh shit, are you good?
I'm sorry, campers. I had to laugh and interrupt Dolores speaking.
It's okay.
Someone came in with enchiladas and it just fucking killed me. Oh,
Damn, this is probably good though. I did good on those things.
I know we get to very serious topics, starting getting spooky, and all of a sudden, I have enchiladas.
It's okay.
Oh,
it's okay.
Goodness.
Yeah, I was just saying that.
Good. Girl, that was the loudest fucking Coke. Whatever you just popped open. Jesus, a beer?
No,
Oh, it's a monster.
it's a
Yeah,
monster.
your ass needs to wake up. Goodness gracious, yes. Thank God we're not recording this podcast because we're not sponsored by Monster.
Exactly.
Although if you would like to, Monster, to keep us awake and not have sleep paralysis,
You know what?
DM us.
That
like,
was fucking
ASAP.
perfect.
That was perfect, right?
I have to
Right?
give that one
Right?
to you.
Monster.
Please sponsor us, Monster. We need to sleep.
Please sponsor.
We don't need to sleep. Wait a minute.
You know,
I'm
you need to sleep,
confused.
dork. Okay, so what are your some personal experiences with sleep paralysis?
There's only one that I can really remember. I think it was either like 8th grade or my freshman year of high school. Might have been 8th grade. It was at my old house in Lakewood. I remember I was sleeping on my back. I just remembered that. I slept on my back. I had, for you campers that aren't gonna see what Zach's gonna see, I had my arms over my head like this. So my arms were over my head crossed. And I remember kind of in a, that wake up stage, like you're awake but you can't move.
Yeah.
And I remember feeling like a super heavy pressure on my chest, like I couldn't breathe. And I felt like something was forcing me down into my bed. Like something was just pushing on the back of like my wrists like this.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe I was like literally just dreaming. So it didn't really scare me. I just felt the pressure of everything. And then me kind of having a hard time to breathe. But when I woke up, the weird part about it, this is why I want to get into more theories. The weird part about it, I woke up with handprints on my arm. Like someone was literally holding me down.
Ooh,
like those,
no fucking thing.
if you hold onto your skin long enough and you either get bruising is obviously the worst part about it, but those just red hand marks, that's what I had, and they were clear as day. Clear as fucking day.
What the
and I
fuck?
measured my hand to it and it didn't match before.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. I don't know. And I
Damn.
wish I still had the pictures. I think I got rid of them a while ago. And I remember trying to research it on like paranormal pages and I couldn't really get any answers. So I don't know. I have no idea still to this day how that even happened. It was super weird.
Terrifying.
Yeah, I didn't get scared until after I woke up.
Jesus. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, all of a sudden you see the handprints.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus, no.
I think I had them like towards my wrists, and I had a couple. It was like multiple hands. It was weird. I don't know.
That's weird.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what happened to me. But you know what?
Anything else? Did you have experienced anything like? Was it the only time?
That was like one of the main ones I remember. I think I had at one point where it happened again, but I didn't feel like someone was forcing me down. I just felt like I couldn't breathe, but I knew I was awake.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I couldn't move. I don't know. I don't remember sleeping on my back that time. I've never truly had it bad until that one time.
Huh.
But then, I mean, I just figured that out recently with just doing the small research I did for this one. I was like, oh, that really was like a sleep paralysis episode. I thought maybe it was just...
yeah.
I thought maybe it was just like a usual fucking scary ass shit that happens to us.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I only have like one more other one. And I think this was the scariest out of all of them. I just don't talk about it often, just because it scares me. But for the sake of this episode and the campers, I will talk about one of them, which I was gonna put in that little documentary I made, but I never put it in.
Okay.
Basically, I was laying on my back in my bed with my head faced towards the door, and as I was laying there, you wake up, you can't move. I think that's just like how everybody feels when they wake up during sleep paralysis. You just wake up, you can't move, you start to panic internally because you can't budge.
Yeah.
But anyways, as I was laying there, my door like creaked open, and what looked like someone. Best way I can explain it is in that scary movie, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. You know the Jangly Man?
Yes.
Yeah,
oh, I
and
hated
he's like
him.
all contorted.
Yes.
So this whatever I saw was on its behind itself, and like its head like rotated around, like its head was like 180'd on its arms and legs on all fours, and then was like walking into my room.
Oh my god, I'm gonna throw up.
And I
hate that.
I couldn't move, and so I didn't know what to do. And I think I just fell asleep. I just remember being like really scared, because that was the most like vivid thing I remember seeing. Is that like this jangly-esque type man, like on all fours. He opened my door and then like crawled into my room.
Oh, I hate that. Oh.
That was really scary. I've never seen that motherfucker again, thank God. But yeah, that was really scary.
It's like legit sounds like the movie when it happened, because that was terrifying. Yeah. How long ago was that?
Probably like 2015, 2014.
See, and that proves my theory right there. It's not stemming from images from what you've seen from the movie either.
Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, exactly. And I hadn't seen anything like that before. Mm-hmm. Maybe The Exorcist, but The Exorcist didn't look like the thing that I saw. So
yeah, no. I
don't even think at that point I had even watched The Exorcist yet. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Terrifying though. Mm-hmm. Don't want to experience that again. Knock on wood, I don't have another dream of that or whatever, experience that ever again.
Yeah. And see, that's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of getting to that point where it's gonna happen to me, and I'm gonna rue the day of talking about this shit.
Yeah,
it's going
talking
in my head
about
now.
it. Yeah. Talking about these things can cause you to then have dreams about it. Meaning, like, if you had a really stressful day, you're worried about a deadline due, you can have a dream about you missing that deadline. Mm-hmm. That's for if you're watching a scary movie or you're talking about scary things, your dream that night could be about those said scary things. So let's hope that us talking about it today and sleep paralysis doesn't cause us to then have a sleep paralysis moment. 'Cause that would not be fun.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Yeah. So are we going to read a listener story?
Yeah, definitely. So,
all right, cool.
This one is gonna be from Camper Ryan. Hello, hi Ryan. Thank you for.
Hi Ryan.
She's cool. She was one of my old coworkers from Disney, and she's doing great. I'm very.
So
proud
pronouns she her, right?
She her, yes. Pronouns.
Okay, she her, cool.
She's rocking it in school too. She's getting her degree and all that, doing big and bad things, you know.
Ayo, do it.
So yeah, she submitted a pretty good lengthy story for us.
All right, cool. I'm excited.
So I'm just gonna read it verbatim from her, because I want all these stories that are submitted to be legit straight from the viewers, because it's their stories, not ours. I want to tell it how it's supposed to be told by them in their point of view. So,
exactly.
Yes. So she said, "Hello, Dolores and Zach. Thank you so much for letting me tell y'all about my experience with sleep paralysis. Hope this research helps, and I can't wait to hear the podcast. Ayo, well, you're hearing it."
You're hearing it, yeah. Congratulations, you made it.
Yeah, I was going to say, you made it. You made it, camper.
You made it.
She said, so I'm 23 right now, but the first time I remember experiencing sleep paralysis, I was 17. I was a senior in high school and sleeping really funky hours because I would stay up all fucking night, all night fucking around and sleep all day. Sleep in all day.
What'd I tell you? Well, remember I said that a lot of teenagers during that time would do exactly just that.
Exactly. Yeah. Chaotic lives.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
She said, I remember sitting down to go to bed after a long day of work after my serving job where my legs were extremely sore. It was maybe 3 a.m. I was not super tired, but I knew I should sleep because it was getting late and I was bored in my room doing nothing. Mood.
Yeah, mood. And I know all about the serving life, standing on your feet all day, and it's just like killing you.
Yeah, you just want to die after that.
Yeah, literally.
Now I realize that's when it happens the most, when I was forcing myself to sleep. So I close my eyes to sleep. I'm tossing and turning, really struggling to fall asleep. I realized I was kind of loopy, like I knew I was on the brink of sleep. And it is usually a very peaceful and happy moment, like you know you're about to be mentally checked out for the night. It's hard to describe, but basically at some point I realized I was dreaming that I was in my neighborhood. I felt a pressure to run home, so I started running back to my house. A truck with a bunch of guys started chasing me in the streets, which got me very scared. Oh God. I remember running and not being able to get away. My legs felt slow and heavy, and the truck got closer and closer. Then, somehow, I was like, wait, I'm definitely dreaming. This isn't real. I think looking now with a full mental capacity, I would have just stopped running and done whatever I wanted in my dream. But your brain is kind of weird and confused when you sleep, so the thought occurred to me instead to just wake up. I was yelling at myself, wake up, wake up, wake up. Even thought I was aware I was dreaming, the truck getting closer, and I was getting scared. Eventually I woke up, or so I thought. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Damn, because that's pretty vivid. I mean, most dreams are.
What kind of reminds you of mine, where like I was dreaming about this thing chasing me, screaming at me, and then I wake up, but the dream is still happening.
Exactly. So it looks like that's what she's about to get into too. My eyes opened and I was in bed. Everything was oriented correctly in my room, like I could see my door, my closet, my desk, etc. But something felt off. I felt like my desk was super warped to me next to my bed. It looked like it was almost melting. It was not a complete solid, but instead like an oozing mass where my desk was. It was the same white color with the usual things on my desk, my phone, books, etc. I was alarmed and confused for sure. My first instinct was to check my phone, which I saw in my melted desk. I tried to reach for it, but nothing. I felt my entire body was made of concrete. I couldn't even lift a finger. I felt panicky, and I saw the desk melting quicker and quicker. I was worried my phone would get destroyed in the melting mess. Yep.
yeah, facts.
I was screaming at my body to move, but all in my head. I tried to scream for help, but felt my mouth glued shut. It was a truly terrifying feeling. Wow, that's intense. Imagine seeing that. I would be like, am I on drugs? Am I really asleep? What the fuck is happening?
Damn, that servant job really got me seeing shit.
Yeah, legit.
Jesus Christ.
And then she goes, moments later, I felt myself, quote unquote, wake up again. Same thing. I saw what my room looked like exactly in real life. My desk was normal this time. But this time I heard screaming like a man's voice. Really deep, but yelling in a way that made it shrill and terrifying. Again, I could not move or yell. His yell shook my bones. It was such a scary voice. It was just yelling and yelling, not words, just screaming. I told myself to truly wake up and tried to move my body or shake or scratch myself, really do anything to cause me to wake up. Fuck, so then they're kind of similar to yours. This just screaming voice.
Yeah, and also she had a false awakening as well.
She's had two now.
She thought she was awake. Yeah, two false awakenings. Yeah, that's nuts. But yeah, the screaming is, wow, how weird. That's a weird synchronicity with mine. Yeah. But mine wasn't a stro man. It was like an actual demon screaming at me.
Which is kind of interesting that she can identify it as a man's voice too. You know, not just like some like what used to like a demonic scream. It was like a man.
It's a man.
She says it, continuing. Again, I quote unquote woke up. Ooh, this legit sounds like a real life nightmare. She's trying to wake up and wake up and wake up, and it's nothing's working. Yeah. Every time I did, I swore I was actually awake. I couldn't tell you how many times this happened, maybe 4 or 5. I couldn't recall anything I saw, but those two things were the scariest. When I actually woke up, I was so relieved I could move my limbs. I wasn't even entirely sure I was actually awake, since every other time felt like I really was. I ended up getting out of bed and just kind of stretching to make 100% sure I was awake. It felt like hours had passed. Like I was doing this all night. I couldn't recall the specific time, but all this happened from the moment I laid down to go to sleep, from the moment I was out of bed, in literally 14 minutes. I was shocked. I felt like I'd been struggling for hours.
Damn.
So it's almost like you kind of lose your sense of time and direction.
Time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's...
Wow.
Because I'm trying to think. The whole time sequencing thing is interesting too, because you're almost in such a lost state. You don't really know what the hell's going on and how much time has really passed at this point.
Yeah.
That's interesting to me.
No, it is really interesting.
I had zero idea what that was, what it meant, anything. I had never even heard of sleep paralysis. I told my boyfriend about this experience, and he told me about sleep paralysis. He learned about it in his art class, as there is a famous painting of an interpretation of sleep paralysis. It is titled The Nightmare by Henry Fuseli, something like that. Mm-hmm. I'll have to look it up after. He told me that people would envision a demon sitting on people, weighing down their body so they couldn't move. After my experience, I related to that feeling. I don't really believe in demons or anything creepy like that, but I could 100% understand that's how I felt. Wow. So it was like, It wasn't just what she was seeing too. She did feel like something was also sitting on her, I guess, too.
Yeah.
After this, I did not have another experience until I was 19. Excuse me. Oof. This was one of the most memorable ones. Same thing. Same setup. I was forcing myself to sleep, and I noticed I was about to fall asleep. It does not happen every single time I force myself to sleep, and notice I am falling asleep, but every time I get sleep paralysis, the setup is the same. So this time, I felt myself drifting to sleep, which is just normally very pretty and peaceful. But I noticed as I descended to sleep, things got less pretty and more scary. It's hard to explain why, but basically I felt that peaceful feelings start to feel more tense until eventually it was just fear. Like, I felt I was in a scary situation. So almost like a fight or flight, probably.
Yeah.
I didn't see or hear or think of anything consciously. It was just a feeling. Like it was an ugly, creepy, fearful feeling. At some point I gained consciousness and I was able to think, I don't like this. I don't want to be here. I think at that point I tried to wake up.
Yeah.
Oof. So.
Yeah, I don't blame her either. I want to wake up. I want to wake up too.
Yeah.
Like wake up fast.
Because I know that it's almost overwhelming, that sense of just like, oh fuck, what the fuck's happening? I don't know what's happening right now.
Yeah, something's happening. Yeah.
Almost going into like a panic state.
Yeah, especially after experiencing something like that before, like she's probably knowing like, oh shit, this is gonna happen again. I don't want this to happen. Like I gotta get out of this like now.
Yeah.
I have to leave this situation. I have to remove myself from the situation because last time this happened, it scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, exactly. And she's had some time in between too. The first one was when she was 17 and then 19. So I would imagine, fuck no, I don't want to experience this again.
Yeah, no, talk about PTSD for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she continues on to say, I quote unquote open my eyes and see myself in my room. Except my window was open, which I never leave open when I sleep because I live next to a busy street. I thought in my head that it was weird that the window was open, but didn't have any energy to get up and shut it. I didn't try to move. I just had zero energy to. So I just stared at it for a while. I still had that fearful feeling that I had right before I quote unquote woke up. And I couldn't figure out why since I sincerely thought I was awake. I was worried something was going to enter my room through the window, so I thought, quote unquote, I should shut the window. But I couldn't move. The best way I can describe something like that was, I literally have no energy. I can't move at all. I can't get up to close the window as much as I want to. I tried and tried, but there was nothing there. I got more and more panicky. Just get up, stop being lazy, I told myself. But I really couldn't. The window started literally growing in size, like it was expanding really quickly. Nothing came in, but I was terrified to see it growing. Please get up. The window is growing bigger. You need to shut it. But I could not do anything about it. Oof. Oh, that's fucking terrifying. Oh, that's so scary. Imagine seeing your window just fucking growing. Oh no, I'm so sorry, Ryan. That's scary.
That's freaking spooky as shit.
Yeah. So then again, she says, then I quote unquote woke up again. In my room, in my bed, window shut as it should be, etc.
Good.
I reached my phone behind my bed on a shelf, and I could actually move my arm. This made me think I was truly awake. I couldn't tell you if my arm was actually moving or what, but the moment I reached back to grab where I knew my phone would be, my hand was wet. I was able to somehow see that my shelf was replaced by a small pool of water. It makes no sense, but there was a floating puddle that was extremely deep, but only about a foot in length. My arm was
weird,
right? Yeah, almost reminds me of like a Nightmare on Elm Street kind of like blood pool scene.
Yeah.
My arm was in it, trying to grab my phone. I realized I didn't like it, but I could not pull my hand away. Again, I pull as hard as I can to get my hand back. I try with all my might, but I'm stuck. Again, the feeling of dread and fear and confusion on how this puddle got here. I knew it didn't make sense, but you sincerely think you are awake and you're just so damn confused.
That's where these false awakenings are really scary.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the sleep paralysis is terrifying, but like these false awakenings are really like fucking with Ryan's head.
Yeah, because it's like a false reality is being created at this point. And so you don't know it's real.
Yeah, exactly. And Ryan will like wake up and then boom, all of a sudden there's a fucking floating puddle in the room.
Yeah.
And then bam, she'll wake up again. Suddenly her bed is as small as a fucking mouse, but everything else is giant. Like, goddamn, what else is going to happen next?
I know, right?
These false awakenings are like really messing with my brain. It doesn't mess with anybody's brain.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up.
Yeah.
So she goes on to say, quote unquote, wake up again. This time with the scariest sleep paralysis experience I've ever had. Oh, God.
Here we go.
Oh, God, it gets worse. Oh, no.
Oh, Jesus.
In my room again, thinking I'm awake. Then, floating by my bed, a 10 feet tall is the... Wait, what? Then floating by my bed, 10 feet tall... Oh, got it, sorry. Then, floating by my bed, 10 feet tall is the freaking eye emoji. What the fuck?
The eye emoji? What the fuck? the eye emoji.
Like the side eye one. So
you thought you were going to sleep tonight, didn't you? Okay, but honestly, like, that could be really terrifying.
It can
be. It can be. I mean, fuck, I'd freak the fuck out. There's a giant side-eye emoji in my room.
Yeah, wait, I have to show you. She put it in the story. I have to show you real quick.
She put it in the email?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. Oh, you gonna send it to me?
I
or
put
like
it
what?
on Messenger.
Okay. You have a messenger. Hold on.
It's pretty funny.
Oh my God. I love that. This one. That. Oh, that's a mood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, it's terrifying.
At least it wasn't a 10-foot tall, like, dark figure standing next to her.
Yeah. I always imagine, like, her to say, like, a 10-foot tall, like, spider demon. And no, it's a side-eye emoji.
So she goes on. She says, I'm laughing now. Me too, girl.
Yeah, same camper, same.
I'm laughing now, and it's defiantly very silly. But that shit was scary as hell, seeing floating over my bed. Especially when I was sore. I actually woke up. It was just floating there staring at me. I wanted to scream and hide and run, but I was heavy and stuck to my bed. It was just watching me panic. Ooh, yeah, I can see how that starts getting really creepy and scary because it's just watching you at that point. Ugh, I hate that. Yeah. Never mind. It's not fun anymore.
Watching you.
It's not fun anymore. See, the thing is, you don't realize it is a dream even when something ridiculous happens. You think,
True.
I just woke up. The time before a dream, but this time it was real. Every single time. Then it started yelling at me. The eye emoji started yelling extremely loud and in my face the words
What?
eyeball emoji, eyeball emoji, eyeball emoji, eyeball emoji. I'm so sorry, Ryan. I'm so scared.
That was probably the scariest thing in your entire life. But fuck, that is some fucking funny shit.
Did he say
eyeball emoji, eyeball emoji, eyeball emoji. Ryan, eyeball emoji. Oh no, girl. Oh my god, you killed us.
I need a minute. Hold on.
Holy shit. We'll be right back.
I'm crying.
All right, yeah.
Okay.
All right, we're back, campers. Dolores literally cried. That's how much it made her laugh.
God, I'm so sorry, Ryan. And just picturing that, like, it couldn't even say anything else. Like, Ryan, wake up. Right? No, it had to just talk about itself.
Yeah. I had to point out the obvious.
Literally. So she says, sorry, hold on.
Literally the only part that says eyeball emoji, eyeball emoji, eyeball.
Ooh, okay. So this is a very personal part. She said she was okay with talking about this.
Okay.
She said, personal thing, but my parents did a lot of angry yelling growing up. So I have a very adverse reaction to hearing mad yelling. I definitely revert back to being a terrified child when I hear someone angry yelling at me. So
Gotcha.
So it sent her even more so into a panic because of what she's been through as a child.
You've been through, and we just laughed at it.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay, well, we didn't know that until after the fact. Mm-hmm. So
yeah,
we're sorry. That's unfortunate, right? I'm sorry that your parents did that to you, and that this triggered that for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Unfortunately, we laughed at it, not knowing, but now knowing. I'm going to take back that laughter. And yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry. All right. Moving on.
So she says, this damn emoji was pissed. Yelling.
There you go. I fucking feel all sad for your ass and then you make me laugh again. God damn it.
Yelling the phrase so close to my face, so loud and so furious. I felt fucking terrified. But I had nothing to do, no energy in my body to get away. I literally had to just lie there, eyes open, watching this thing yell in my face. It's super funny to think about, but I was seriously so scared.
Scared, yeah.
Yeah, no, girl, I'm so sorry. Like, that's legit fear right there. Oof.
No, legit ass fear. And it stems from something personal.
Yeah,
so.
oh, actually, that's kind of interesting too, because I feel like I have like so many theories with this now. I'll talk about it after, actually.
Okay.
I eventually wake up for real and immediately jump out of my bed and shake and dance and move to prove myself I was actually awake. Again, felt like hours and hours, and maybe it was only 10 minutes after I tried falling asleep. Ooh, the trippiest feeling.
Thanks.
I went to the bathroom, turned on the light, and splashed some water on myself so I can ensure I was 100% awake, so that I didn't fall back into that. Let me tell you, after you wake up from that, you are too scared to go back to sleep. You feel like your sleep can just be invaded by that shit at any moment. This happened maybe every other month or so, maybe less, until I was 21. Holy shit!
The same eyeball emoji just screaming at you?
Wow. Well, maybe she's meaning like the sleep paralysis.
Sleep paralysis?
Yeah.
Okay. It's the same eyeball emoji. Eyeball emoji.
Oh,
eyeball emoji.
I think after a while I'd be like, bro, I'm tired of your shit. Get the fuck away
Bro,
from me.
I get it. You're an eyeball emoji. I get it.
Yeah.
Please stop.
She said it kind of just stopped being so often for some reason. I had many more experiences, but those are the ones I can remember. Sometimes I would wake up and not remember what I was fearful of, just the idea of fear that was there. It doesn't happen as much anymore, honestly. Thank goodness. Yes, thank goodness, girl. Same. The last time I remember it happening, it was maybe 5 months ago, but it was very mild. I don't think I saw anything super scary, but just heard loud crashing noises, men yelling. She said, "Hello, trauma." Once I heard like a vacuum noise growing and growing until I thought my ears would explode. Ooh, God.
Goodness.
Most of my experiences have been sound related now that I think about it. But I have definitely seen and even felt things like she said, like the water.
Yeah.
It is interesting to think it uses more than one sense like that. I try to be mindful now when I realize I am trying to fall asleep too much and realize I am feeling fear. Sometimes I am able to truly wake up when these feelings come. Other times I slip into 1 or 2 rounds of quote-unquote waking up with these scary things happening. I am better at it for sure now that I've seen it. She said, I guess that's it. If you have any other questions or I can fill any gaps, let me know. Thanks, pals.
Yeah, thank you, Ryan.
Wow.
Damn, Ryan.
That was intense.
a wild ass story. Yeah, it was intense.
Oh, you poor thing.
Yeah, these false awakenings are like driving me nuts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that would drive me nuts.
Look. The sirens are coming for Ryan.
They're coming to help you,
You're
girl.
gonna save her. They're coming to help you, Ryan. Help you from the floating eyeball.
Okay.
No, that was wild. Yeah. God, that siren is still going. Shit. Just save the poor bastard already.
No, I told you.
Shit.
Welcome to Long Beach. Everything happens over here.
Dying.
Everyone died up here. Oh,
yeah, so you said you had a theory about her sleep paralysis.
Yeah, okay, so because I know she's been in school for a while. So I'm wondering if this is more stress induced more than anything, because she's not seeing any paranormal figures. She's not seeing anything demonic. It's more the hallucination side from what I've talked about.
Yeah.
Her desk melting, feeling like her hands in an endless puddle of water that's only so big and so deep. An eyeball emoji popping up and screaming at you. Like,
yeah.
It almost makes me think of, I don't want to dabble in this too much, how social media and stuff like that can be into a negative influence, because we surround ourselves so much into it. That's all we see are emojis and stuff like that. So maybe the stress and the trauma and everything just kind of made its own little present for her and was like, all right, we're opening this Pandora's box and this is what you're going to get, a screaming eye emoji now floating above your head.
Congratulations. Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. And then 2, school is already stressful enough. I know this, like, her story falls along the lines of like the scientific side of things, where the brain can cause this false awakening and causing this like comatose hallucinogenic state, because your brain, I know our brains are, as humans, are pretty powerful, and we can make up our own false realities via dreaming. I mean, shit, think of your dreams, like they can get really crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
This is just to another level. And if she's in school and school's really stressful, because I know it can be stress induced, maybe that's why she had so many. Maybe not as frequent anymore, because is she out of school yet? Is she still in school?
That's what I was reading. She ends her email with Master of Social Work student, so I don't think she's finished yet. I think she already has her BA, so I think she's working on her master's right now.
Well, damn. Well, good luck on your master's. It's a lot of school.
And good for you, girl. I know that's tough, and I mean,
good for you, girl. I just got my bachelor's, and that shit was rough.
yes. That was a long journey.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's it for our sleep paralysis episode 1.
Yeah. So next episode, I'm really excited to hear everybody else's stories. I mean, you guys got to hear some of ours today, but man, like Ryan's was pretty good. I can't wait to see what everybody else has got. For next episode. That's gonna be wild.
Yeah, and thank you again for submitting that. I know.
Yeah, thank you for submitting.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate you letting us being able to kind of talk about these openly, especially when you said, you know, that you have some personal experiences, but it definitely really helps research-wise and, you know, ties into our theories and everything. So thank you. I really appreciate that. That's very sweet and kind of you for letting us to do that.
Yeah, no, like we greatly appreciate it. Yeah, that was really dope. This is why I want to do listener stories, because we get to hear stuff from you guys, the listeners. And you know, I mean, you're technically listening to us tell your story, but at least your story's being told, which is really, really cool. And we want to keep doing it. So just a little plug, you know, if you know anybody else that has a paranormal or true crime story, like please like have them email us at campinsomniastories at gmail.com, because we want to do more listener stuff for you guys, you know, because you guys are our audience. You guys are the most important thing to camp.
Yeah.
And we want to be able to tell your campfire stories around the campfire.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Thank you, Ryan.
Yes, and we'll dabble into, you know, some more stories. We got a lot of submissions, so we did.
So next episode is going to be long, but it's going to be really good.
Yes,
because I've skimmed through a couple and I'm like, ooh, these are really spooky.
Yeah, exactly. And I think those more.
Yeah.
This one I was happy about because it tied more into, like I said, more of maybe the scientific side of it. But the other ones I know are going to tie more into the theories of some spooky
paranormal
shit.
side of things.
Ours the spooky shit.
So do you have a joke for us today before we end the episode?
Every fucking time.
I know, that's just the running gag. That's I'll always say, that's the running gag. Sit like, I'll be right back. Insert elevator music. And we're back. You ready?
Yes.
Okay, read it.
So this one has, I guess it happened in quarantine, the beginning stages of quarantine. Someone said on Twitter, "Quarantine day 7. Hoping my sleep paralysis demon dresses slutty tonight." When you ain't getting nothing, so you hope your demon is giving you something.
Something, shit. Woo.
I
love that. You have another one?
There was another one that someone said on Twitter. I'm trying to give myself sleep paralysis so I can feel someone else's touch.
Ooh, that's a mood.
That's a mood. This one's kind of sad. So lonely in quarantine, I just summoned my sleep paralysis demon for a goodnight kiss on the forehead.
No.
Okay.
No.
Last one.
Okay.
I just bought myself lingerie for my sleep paralysis demon. I want to be sexy for him.
Oh my god, stupid! Oh my god, stupid.
I'm done.
Oh, yikes. So thank you, campers, for listening. And you can follow us on Instagram at campinsomnia_podcast. You can also
go on our Linktree, and we have all the things there for you guys to see and find and look at, even though we mainly use Instagram, but that's okay. Still go look at the other things.
That's okay. Yeah, exactly. Thank you guys for listening, and we will see you next time, and good luck trying to sleep tonight.
Yeah, go ahead and be nice to your sleep paralysis demon so they don't scream at you, eyeball emoji, eyeball emoji, eyeball emoji.
Eyeball emoji, eyeball emoji. God damn. All right, bye guys.
Bye.
Bye. Eyeball emoji.